Hello my lovelies, and welcome to a beautifully sunny Saturday morning in my little cottage by the sea. I'm going to be sewing up one of my newest sewing patterns, the Love Heart cushion, so I thought I'd share a little tutorial with you today. The Love Heart cushion is inspired by some designer cushions that I had seen in magazines and in Liberty London, but they were well out of my very small price range, so I decided to make my own, and I loved it so much that I thought others might like it too, so I made it into a pattern that you can download from my website at taradeighton.co.uk. It's a PDF pattern and you assemble the PDF pieces. There is a key in the full step-by-step instruction book. I'll be using my traced out copy on Spot and Cross for this tutorial today, which you can do from your assembled PDF or not, whatever is the easiest and whichever you prefer. The Love Heart takes minimal fabric, and I show you how to make the cushion pad. I'm using just calico. You need a densely woven cotton really, whatever you have to hand. You could use a pom-pom trim around your Love Heart cushion, but today I'm going to be making a ruffle version. You also need some kind of stuffing. I'm just using polyfill for toys in my cushion pad. And then I'm also using two lovely pieces of Liberty fabric that I had in my stash. It's best to use a closely woven cotton for the cushion pad and press as you go. I'm using offcuts that I found in my stash, so I wasn't able to use the cutting plan that is in the booklet. I had to go slightly off-piste, but I did get there in the end. I'm drafting my ruffles as instructed in the booklet, and a little tip here is if you're using a one-way print, then just make sure to pin it together correctly so they're both facing in the same direction. You may not notice a difference in the ruffle, but I just like to be precise with these things. Then right sides together, pin it and sew it with the 1.5cm seam allowance. I like to prep and sew as many of the stages as possible in one go. I created this little pressing guide just out of some card, and it gives really lovely neat edges. I know that there are commercial things available to buy, but I like to save the pennies where I can. That way I can spend money on some Liberty fabric maybe instead. You turn and turn those envelope edges, press in place and pin, and then top stitch at the sewing machine. Then I pin the cushion pad together. I like to start at the center point at the top and then also at the point at the bottom. I then pin the gap opening. This is where you're going to stuff your Love Heart cushion later, and then I pin all the way around. Once sewn, I snip all the way around, but I don't snip where the opening is. It just makes it so much easier to sew. And I go around and snip in these little V points, and then I go round again and trim the seam back to about 0.5 centimetres. I just find it easier to do it in this order, but work to your preference. Trimming this way seems to give a very, very neat curved edge, and I'm always really glad that I went to the effort to do it that way. And now you're ready to stuff your cushion. Obviously, if you have a little helper like Ghost, it makes it a much more enjoyable experience. Once fully stuffed, pin that opening closed and then slip stitch it together, and your cushion pad is then done. It's ruffle time, so press open that little seam in the centre of your ruffle, and then I like to also press both sides because it just gives you a really neat flat seam. And then what you're going to do is, with wrong sides together, fold over the ruffle piece all the way along. I sew my gathering stitches from that centre seam. I back tack a couple and then sew all the way along to the end, and I do 2 edge stitch rows next to each other. At the end of the ruffle, which is going to be sewn into the centre at the top of the love heart, I go round in a nice smooth curve, and what this does is it gives you a really nice finish to that end piece of the ruffle. I first pin that centre seam at the bottom point of the love heart, and then, keeping my gathers as even as possible, I pin all the way around on one side and then all the way around on the other side. And you want to make sure that your ruffles are facing inwards and you've matched the raw edges of your ruffle to the raw edge of your love heart. I baste the ruffle in place and then trim off any excess threads, and then make sure that you're happy with your ruffles before you pin on first the top section of the back of the cushion, and this just makes sure that when the cushion is done, the top piece is overlaying the bottom, which just makes it sit better on your settee, bed, or whilst you're cuddling it indeed. I pin at the centre point and then all the way around one part of the love heart and then all the way around the other part of the love heart. I'm not entirely sure what the anatomy of these love hearts is, but hopefully you get the meaning. Once you've sewn all the way around your love heart cushion, snip off any excess threads and be sure just to snip down into that point at the top of the love heart. This just makes sure that it sits nice and neatly when you turn it through. The love heart is a va-va-voom of a sewing project, but actually it's really simple to sew, so I think it's great for a confident beginner. It would make a great gift and you can have so much fun matching your fabrics as I did on this wonderful Saturday morning. It only took me a couple of hours to sew, and that's despite all the interludes with Ghost, who is also a huge fan of the love heart. Pop in your cushion pad and take a moment to give it a good squidge and get it sitting as nicely as you can, and then place it where you want it and enjoy. It's been really lovely spending time with you sewing my love heart cushion this Saturday morning, and I'll pop the cushion link in the show notes below. As ever, my lovelies, I'm really grateful that you spend time with me here in my little cottage by the sea, and wherever you are in the world, I send you love.